Hey guys, what's up? Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I completed my pauldron for my Killian cosplay. So if you'd like to see how I finish this bad boy off, then keep on watching. I started by making a pattern of my shoulder using cling wrap and blue outdoor painter's tape. But duct tape or masking tape, any kind of tape that you can draw on with a Sharpie works well. This is just what I had laying around the house. I was having trouble keeping it on my shoulder, so I added a piece of tape at the top to tape it to my shirt. I kept adding pieces of tape until I got the size that I desired for my pattern. And this method, credit goes to Zombie's workshop. I'll leave a link to the video where she shows you how she made her Demon Hunter cosplay. Once I had my basic pattern shape down, I went in with a Sharpie and drew my more detailed design that I wanted. I went for a kind of spiky knight's pauldron. You see these at the Renaissance Fair a lot, and I figured that I could make one pretty easily out of foam. After I had my more detailed pattern, I cut out all of the shapes. In order to make the large curved piece a flat pattern, I drew a line down the middle and made sure to add registration marks across both sides so that I'd have a reference for where to glue these pieces together later. I then laid my pattern pieces on 10mm EVA foam from SKS Props and made sure to transfer the registration marks exactly as they were on the pattern to the foam. For the smaller pieces, I made sure to extend the pattern upwards to create a flat rectangular area where the pieces could be glued together and layered over one another. Then I cut everything out with my definitely not sharp enough box cutter. I went into my backyard to apply contact cement to all of the seams and used scrap pieces of foam to smooth out the glue along the seams. To figure out how I wanted the bottom pieces to be glued together, I held them together in the position I liked and then used a pen to mark where each piece met up with the other in the front and the back. Then I used this pen drawing to add glue to the specific areas where I wanted them to match up. To glue the pauldron together, I started from the corner and worked my way to the top, making sure to match all the registration marks together as I went. It helped to flex the foam in different directions in order to get the trickier pieces together. I glued the two bottom pieces together using the lines that I made earlier. And then I used the same method as before to figure out where I wanted the top piece to meet onto the bottom. this is how it looked before I heat shaped it and added the finishing touches. I measured a piece of elastic to go around the upper part of my arm where the base of the pauldron would sit. I then sewed it together to form a circle and scratched up the foam where I was going to apply hot glue. This is to give the hot glue something to hold on to so that it doesn't slip off. I then hot glued the armband seam down to the bottom of the pauldron. I sewed a piece of Velcro to my arm socks where I wanted the top of the pauldron to sit on my shoulder. And then, because it was just adhesive, I just stuck the other side of the Velcro to the top of the pauldron. So I'm super happy with how this turned out. This was my first time ever kind of sculpting a complex shape in EVA foam, and I think it turned out really awesome. I was kind of convinced all the way up until the point where I glued the final pieces together that it was not going to work, but it totally did, and I'm super happy I have a new skill that works now. I just primed it with Plasti Dip and honestly left it black. One, because I ran out of time to paint it, and two, because I couldn't figure out what color I wanted it to be. I didn't know if I wanted it to be like a metallic silver or like a leather kind of look, or if I wanted to paint it a crazy color. I really didn't know. So I just left it black because I felt like that was fine enough for the Renaissance Fair and it looked really nice. I also didn't want to paint it a certain way and then change my mind about it and then have to reprime it. I figured it would be better just to leave it with the primer so that it was ready to go when I figured out how I wanted to paint it. Yeah, as I showed you guys in the video, I sewed a piece of Velcro to the arm socks for Killian. So along with the armband, it keeps the pauldron in place at the top of my shoulder. So I just affix the Velcro and then it stays in place on my arm. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so happy with the result. I can't wait to start building more armor pieces. I do have several large armor builds in my cost plans, and I'm just working on getting my skills up to a level where I'm confident enough to actually carry those out. So it's really nice to have small projects like this that help me get a feel for certain mechanics of working with EVA foam so that I can apply those when I go to make a giant armor. If you guys enjoyed this and you'd like to stay up to date, you can subscribe to my channel. I have new videos every Wednesday, all cosplay related. I also have more finished products and stuff like that on my Instagram, which is also Tree Cosplay. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!